Hello everyone. My name is Fo, and I'm back with my part two of the anime character analysis of the character Lelouch. So, I would like to continue from last time by talking about the event that Suzuki start to attend the same high school as Lelouch. Now I would like to share my screen with everyone. Last time it was like there was like double screen, so you can see two of me on the same screen. So I kind of rewatched the video and that was very funny. So this time I will just leave like one video of myself only. So so as you can see on the screen, Suzuki started to attend the same high school as Lelouch, right? So just like for not very special reason or anything, he's a student, so he's supposed to attend school, right? And then he even got to attend the same high school as Lelouch, and and they were very happy to see each other. Lelouch even had a special signal with Suzuki, like it is pulling on the shirt collar to signal that hey, let's go upstairs to the highest. I think let's just go upstairs and talk to each other, and then they had a talk. They seemed very friendly, and I think that maybe you can catch the atmosphere better when you actually watch the anime. And let's see. Uh, he expressed his thanks to Suzaku for standing up for him during the Shinjuku incident. So, actually, when remember Lelouch and Nunali were sent to Suzaku's family because they were used as political tools, right? So during their stay, about a year later, Britannia came to conquer Japan, right? So when the war broke out, like after that, I'm not sure if Suzaku and Lelouch still stay together, but in my opinion, they got separated, and after a very long time, until the present time, they finally got reunited at the Shinjuku incident. So it's when Lelouch first discovered CC in the poisonous gas bomb. So actually Suzuki appeared too, and he saw Lelouch at the together with the bomb, and at that place they recognized each other, and then the guards kind of came and they wanted to shoot Lelouch, but Suzuki kind of like he rejected to shoot because he stated that the Lelouch didn't really belong to the terrorism, and because of that, Suzuki won't shoot him. But because he defied the order of the royal guards, he got shot. But he didn't die, of course, but he still got hurt for protecting Lelouch. So because of that, Lelouch felt like he was indebted to Suzaku, and he decided to rescue Suzaku from the crime of wrongly framed of killing the Prince Clovis. Well, probably because he's also a dear friend as well. Not only that, Lelouch even invited Suzaku to his place, to his home at the dorm, and Suzaku even got to meet Ninali, and she's very happy to meet her old friend again after such a long time being separated from each other. And Lelouch even invited Suzaku to join the student council. to help him to get used to school. So actually, Suzaku got kind of like mistreated or bullied at school because he is I think it's because he is Japanese, but uh he's a Japanese, but he said that he wanted to be honorary Britannian, and an honorary Britannian is like a Japanese who who uh, who stated that they wanted to be a Britannia. So he's a Japanese, but he has like the citizenship of a Britannia instead, a Britannian. So, the high school that he attended, is a Britannian school, and the students there they discriminated Suzaku because even though he stated that he is a Britannian, an honorary Britannian, he still got discriminated because of his Japanese race. Yeah. So because of that, he got bullied, and Lelouch invited him to join the student council to kind of like protect him somehow. Um, so for the relationship part, most of it stayed the same. So if nothing changed, then I will just not mention about it. So during this event, there was something pretty interesting happening is that one of the cats that I'll show you the picture. Okay, here you go. So this is when Suzaku visited Lelouch's house and meeting with Nunali. And this is when the event happened. So this cute cat over here. So he's just a stray cat that Suzaku kind of adopted on outside, and they kind of like raise him inside the school now. But somehow in this event, it kind of hang around Lelouch's house, and 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 Lelouch already had the zeros mask, right? So whenever he posted as a zero, he had like a costume and a mask to hide his face. Uh, but uh, but the funny thing is, the cat. Uh, the funny thing is, okay, sorry, I'll adjust the laptop for a bit. Okay, got it. So, the funny thing is, the cat accidentally messed around with Zero's costume, and the helmet, it kind of wore the helmet on its head, and it just ran around. And when the cat with the Zero mask got to school, two high school girls at the campus saw it, and Lelouch had to use the Geass power to make them forget about the cat. So it's like the Geass power. Um, Many people question whether it is dangerous or not, but like Lelouch kind of use it for all sort of purpose. So sometimes he even use it for very small details like that. So just to introduce this girl here with the red hair is Miss Karen. So Karen, she got to attend the school, and she knew Lelouch, but she doesn't know Lelouch is actually Zero. But she also works as a member of the resistance as well. So kind of like a double. a double life. All right, let's see. So that is for with meeting with Suzaku. And now I would like to move to the next event. So the next event is when the Princess Cornelia provocation at Saitama Ghetto. So in this event, to kind of like sum it up quickly, so after Prince Clovis, who is in charge of Area 11, which is also Japan, after his death, uh, Princess Cornelia was appointed to be the next person to take care of the area. And of course, her first purpose, her first goal was to destroy Zero, right? So in order to do this, she kind of killed some people at the Saitama ghetto. It's like the name of the location there. So she killed some of the people there, just very innocent civilians. She used the excuse of that the people there sheltered and protect the terrorists, so they should be punished. But actually, they didn't really do anything like that. She just framed them for doing that and used that as a reason to kill them, just so that she can lure Lelouch out. So, of course, because of this, Lelouch was enraged and he decided to go and fight her. Even Cece, she decided to stop him because she thinks that maybe if he goes, he will die, but he still wants to go. Yeah, like he would rather die than stay still and not fight with Cornelia. Well, I think this is something that like it's a path of blood that he has to walk on because he already killed Prince Clovis, and because of that, Cornelia got angry and she also used violence to fight violence, right? To kill civilians to lure Zero out. So like it is a cycle of hatred. So that is something complicated right there. Like Zero wanted to create a peaceful world, uh, where the world where his sister, who is weak, can also live. But because of that, he has to destroy the current world as well. And for starting the death of Clovis, he also started a new war. However, in this fight, he lost because in this fight he didn't have a lot of support. Excuse me. So he only had a little support from the resistance. He didn't really know how to lead, to control the people well enough, so that his weak army could not compete against Cornelius' professional army, and of course he lost the fight, and Cece has to interfere to help him escape. Okay, so but he still wanted to build a bigger and stronger army in order to continue this fight against Britannia. So there's a lot of meaningful quote in this event as well. For example, he really understood the the politics of Britannia right there. So the Britannian royal family is competing to determine who will be the next emperor, or rather, they are being made to fight by that man. That man here is King Charles. Basically, he told people to fight each other to death to get what they want. So even when Clovis is replaced by Cornelia, Britannia never changes. See, so he's stating that Britannia doesn't change, even though Cornelia is the one taking the position now. All right. So in the relationship circle, we have Princess Cornelia. So Cornelia is actually Lelouch's sister, but with a different mother, but same father is the King Charles. So now now there are more related deaths. Uh, that is there are more deaths related to Lelouch. So that is the civilians of the Saitama ghetto. They were shot to lure out Zero. And then during the fight with Cornelia, a resistant member died acting as a decoy, according to his plan. So he knew that the person would be acting as a decoy. And then that guy got killed by Cornelia's army. So basically, it's easy to say that, oh, because it's a war, we cannot avoid death, right? So this is when we have to trace back to his quote back when he was meeting with the resistance. See, here, what you need is to fight is a war without involving the civilians. This is what he said when he convinced the resistance to help him in this fight. But as you can see here, in this event, when he fought with Cornelia, many civilians got killed because of, basically indirectly because of him. And of course, he also killed Clovis as well. So it is inevitable that there will be death during the war. So can his words be really trusted? Right? He said that nobody, like at least civilians won't die, but they still die anyway. So what can we believe in, right? Can we really believe Zero? Also, this one I don't have pictures for it because I don't think it's gonna be necessary. The next one is the sunken hotel incident. This one I have pictures for it. So, so in this event, let's see where I put the picture. Oh, here you go. So this is Princess Cornelia, and this is Princess Euphemia. So this is just to introduce. Um, Princess Cornelia became the viceroy of Area 11, and and her sister Euphemia is the sub viceroy. So it's like under one title. Uh, in this incident, though, so there's some guests, Britannian guests visiting the area, and they got captured. They got captured by this guy. So this guy's name is, let's see, Kusakabe. Kusakabe is like a member of the Japan Liberation Front. Okay, so here, the Japan Liberation Front kept some Britannians hostages, among whom were three members of the Student Council. And the student council members are also Lelouch friends as well. Oh, and there's also Euphemia too. So Euphemia, who is Cornelia's sister, also got captured. So it's really hard to do the rescue because so I'm gonna say that the Japan Liberation Front, I'll call it the JLF for short. So the reason why Kusakabe of the JLF kept the kept the Britannian hostages is because he wanted to show that that Japan is still alive and kicking. And he even threatened that if Cornelia doesn't listen to what he wants to say, he will push one person off the building, off the hotel. He actually killed one Britannian civilian in order to force Cornelia to uh, to talk to him, maybe listen to his conditions and stuff, which is actually not a very good way to fight against Britannian system. So so during this event, Lelouch didn't expect that to happen at all. He actually planned something, but the event was just too abrupt. He didn't even expect it to happen. And basically, he had to kind of like go with the flow. Like, okay, some of my friends from school got captured. Now I will use this as an opportunity to rescue them, as well as forming my my team. So he started using the enemy's weakness against them. So basically, um, he actually offered, in order to rescue the hostages, he offered Cornelia to help rescue Euphemia and the hostages. So because Euphemia also got captured, Cornelia was like in a bind because Cornelia really loved her sister. That's the reason why she couldn't attack the JLF because Euphemia was the hostage. And Zero made use of Cornelia's love for her sister to to carry out the plans, so that Cornelia cannot attack Zero, and Zero and the resistance managed to rescue the hostages, while why Cornelia couldn't do anything to Zero as the result. And if you read the quote, you will see that he started to use people's emotions as well. It's funny because he also has a sister, right? He really loved Nunnally as who is his sister, but he uses Cornelia's love for her sister to fight against her. You see the irony? Yeah. It also shows that Lelouch he also has a sinister side to him as well. But in this event, he actually tried to save his friend and used that opportunity to uh he used the opportunity to establish the Black Knight. Yeah, I think that there are pictures for you to see too. So this is the Black Knight. Let's see if I can enlarge it. There you go. So after he rescued the hostages, he uh, kind of like the press and the media, they got a glimpse of the birth of the Black Knight, and Zero said that where those with power attack those without power, we shall appear again, for we the Black Knight shall judge this world. So basically, he said that we are the ally of justice. We will save the weak when the strong attack. So it kind of means like that. So like they're superheroes, kind of like creating a very good image in order for people to accept him as Zero and the resistance. So So the purpose is not to view the resistance as terrorists, but to view them as heroes. So if we do that, we can get support from at least the Japanese, right? Okay, so during this event, uh, yes, there's death, and the person was Kusakabe. So he was the one of the member of the JLF. Uh, yes, he is. Sorry, I'll move this one. So he's the member of the JLF. He was under the Geass spell. Yeah, this man here, you see, he was actually holding a sword, right? The Geass Lelouch used on him was suicide, and he used this sword to pierce his own stomach. And he told all the people that this guy committed suicide. Yeah, it was kind of hypocritical, I suppose. And that guy died because Zero ordered him to do so. So many people might wonder if he really fighting for Japan or he's fighting for justice, right? So basically, Kusagabe is a member of the Japan Liberation Front, but Zero still ordered to kill him anyway because you know his goal, right? His goal is to defeat Britannia, not to bring peace to Japan only. So Japan's liberation is just like the bonus of the plan, but the plan is for Britannia to fall. But you can see that like maybe we can just capture Kusakabe. We don't have to kill him. There are other ways to liberate Japan or to defeat Britannia, but he chose to destroy. He that is the path he chose. So yeah, there will be bloodshed and more bloodshed in the future. So I think not only from this point on, I think from the moment he killed Clovis and from the moment the civilians from the Saitama ghetto got killed by Cornelia because of him, I think it kind of the ball started rolling from there. It's like we can already see the darkness in Lelouch. Okay, so next, I would like to move on to the refrain incident. The refrain incident. So, I will kind of be brief on this. The refrain is like the heroin are illegal drugs in the real world. So when you use refrain, you will see hallucination. Like when you feel too tired of reality and you want to escape, then people will use refrain to see illusion. M Many people use this, even the Japanese, even the Britannians use this because it's kind of like but it's illegal, by the way. So during this event, because the Black Knight that Zero established vowed to protect justice, they kind of helped assist the police to capture people who use the refrain because it's illegal. So basically they try to prove that they are carrying out the law as well. So during the incident, Lelouch also learned that that actually the police also got involved. Like when they fought, when they kind of like captured uh a place, a storage place where people kind of smuggled the refrain. The police was also there to and they attacked the Black Knights because they probably got something uh, got something to do with the refrain as well. Probably some customers, people who produce the refrain, pay them to protect the drug from getting discovered. And he thought that the police became corrupted as well. And the discrimination between Britannian and the Japanese also showed in this episode. Um, so this I will leave you guys to read and also watch in order to get more information. Oh, yes. And in this event, we got to see more in what Suzaku thought about Zero's action. So Suzaku thought that the police, he knew that the Britannian system is kind of rotten as well, but he thinks that it can be changed. Like we should at least do something to change before thinking that the system cannot change. But uh, but Lelouch thought that the police cannot be changed, at least not quickly, and he thought that maybe the Black Knight will carry out the justice independently. Okay. So that is this event doesn't have much going on. It's just showing that the the reality the of the discrimination between Britannia and Japan. And because of this discrimination, Lelouch tried his best to create a new world where at least the strong and the Britannian will not discriminate between his sister and the stronger people. Okay, now I would like to move on to the Narita fight. So this is one of the key events, and it also shows that the Black Knight starting to get support from the Kyoto section. So remember there was the guy that I mentioned that during childhood during childhood Lelouch knew a guy from Kyoto, right? The main Yes, Taizo Kirihara. He's the head of the Kyoto house. And uh, Lelouch knew this guy from during his childhood when he stayed at Suzuka's house already. So, so thanks to his support, I think it is thanks to his support that during the Narita fight, the Black Knight got supported with a very strong fighting robot. And before the Resistance only had like a very old model fighting robot that I show in the picture. But thanks to the new help from Kyoto, they got like this new cool model of the fighting robot. And I think there is picture. I guess I will show you. Let's see. Oh, here you go. So, Lelouch decided to participate in this event. So, from a source of information, he knew that Cornelia was going to attack the Narita, the base of the Japan Liberation Front. So, the headquarters of the JLF was at Narita, was at this mountain here. I think it's at the top here or somewhere over here. Uh, and um and basically Cornelia wanted to eliminate the headquarters to wipe out in order to wipe out the leader of the terrorists of the resistance so that there will be no more fighting, right? But Lelouch knew of this, and he decided to come to kind of like fight against Cornelia. So one of the things he did is that he created a an artificial landslide. So I'm not gonna go deep into how he did it, but he kind of made like a landslide here in order to destroy some of the army here, and in order to isolate Cornelia from her own army. And because of this landslide, many people died as well, and that involved a father of this girl. So this girl is Shirley, and she is a friend from the student council that is at Lelouch School. So, yeah, his action again indirectly caused the death of one of his close friends, family member. And that's where it's getting tough. Yeah. Oh, and this girl here with the green hair is Cece. And she was protecting Zero from being captured by Suzaku. So actually Suzaku he attended the same school as Lelouch, and they are childhood friends, right? And they still friends at school, but on the battlefield they fought each other. They don't know that were fighting each other, but like Lelouch will pilot Lancelot, which is the white fighting robot, and wait, that is Suzaku. Suzaku wrote on the white robot, and Lelouch used the black robot. It's funny because they always thought that I am fighting this guy, but I don't know who he is. All right. So in here, yes. So Lelouch already established the Black Knight, and the first thing he did was to strengthen the image of the Black Knights in people's eyes. He basically kind of like make use of the Black Knights of army, which was getting stronger at the time. Many people applied to join the Black Knight as well, and he used it as like a tool to get further in his plan. So after the first fight with Cornelia, and he lost, he vowed to create a stronger army, right? And yes, when he established the Black Knight, even got supported with a new robot for fighting. Um, their army got stronger. And in this fight at Narita, he was actually kind of defeated Cornelia, but it was actually a tie. Both sides kind of won. Um, and during this fight, many of his people thought that they will they would probably lose, but he and Lelouch boosts the spirit by by going as far as cutting no route to retreat, leaving only fighting to survive. So So basically, he he just like blocked. He makes sure that when they got to the Narita location, there would be no going back. So unless you win this fight, then there's no way you will be able to escape. It's kind of like a little bit extreme, right? But he knew how to boost his people's kind of fighting spirit. All right. And he also ordered the Black Knights to retreat to avoid more casualties. So even though he's kind of like extreme, right? He also let his people retreat when there were too many casualties already. They can't fight anymore. And he didn't force people to die for the mission, right? So since you joined the Black Knights, you have two choices, either live with me or die with me, right? So very strong fighting spirit. All right. And basically during this fight, he almost got captured by Suzaku, but CC intervened and he even say thank you to her properly for for saving him, showing that even though Lelouch might have his dark face, he also knew how to appreciate people's help and still kept his self-awareness. That is one part of Lelouch that proves to many people that he is a good leader. Okay, so the geese, they're kind of like the number of people under the Lelouch geese spell. They also increase, but some people they just got under a very light spell. It's not something as severe as serious as a death one. For example, there are two Japanese guards at the JLF Narita base. They were just like they're just like guards who were surveilling the area to see if there's anything wrong. But Zero ordered them to just ignore him being there because he kind of needed to to focus his force there to create a landslide, and he kind of need them to ignore what he's doing. And in this fight, there are civilians died, people who live at the Narita location, and even the soldiers of the JLF got stuck in the landslide and died. And of course, Shirley's father. Shirley was the girl in his student council friend, and his death affected him greatly as well. All right. We're getting pretty far this time, huh? If there's any pause or glitch in the video, I would like to apologize for that. Okay. Um, so now I would like to move on to the meeting with the leader of Kyoto House. So that is Taizo Kirihara right there. So this is like a political move in order to kind of like creating more allies and asking for support from the Kyoto sector. And while meeting with Taizo, the problem here is that he Zero still kept his identity hidden, right? And actually, some of the Black Knight members wanted to know who he is, but he still didn't show his identity, of course. And it's kind of like causing doubts between the Black Knights members. And more importantly, during the meeting with Taizo, he demanded Zero to take off his mask in order for Taizo to listen to his condition. But but of course, Zero used his own strategy. Is that he he required he demanded to meet with Taizo one-on-one and actually took off the mask. And Taizo recognizes that the Zero was actually Lelouch and was the kid from back then that he used to live with. And because he knew Lelouch really hated Britannia and Lelouch was the prince that was exiled. So he decided to provide support for Lelouch. So and also in this event, Lelouch admitted that Sisi became more important to him because Sisi gave him the Geass power, right? And later on, he also asked her to assist him in more political matter as well. Like obviously, she helped him a lot. Like I think she rescued him like 3 or 4 times already. So his trust in her got stronger as well. And she was one of the few people who knew his real identity. So here the relationship got bigger here is Taizo Kirihara from the head of the Kyoto house. So his army is getting stronger and more complete, right? So right, this is also one of the important fights. So it is Cornelia's ambush on the escape plan of the Japan Liberation Front's leader to foreign countries. So in this one, mm, and yes, there will be pictures for you guys. Okay, so this is the leader of the JLF, and he planned to escape to the foreign country on this ship here. But Cornelia knew of this plan, and she planned to ambush and kill this guy. But of course, Lelouch wouldn't let that happen, and he had other plans as well. So his plan was to blow up this ship. Yeah. So he he himself he was the one attached this bomb onto the ship. And because there are liquidified saccharidite on the ship, so saccharidite is like very rare, kind of like it's like a very rare material, but it's explosive. So especially in when it is liquidified. So with the liquidified saccharidite already on the ship, he just need to ignite this bomb that he attached to the ship, and then boom, it exploded, and everybody on the ship died. And he used this as like a decoy in order to reduce the number of army that was supported Cornelia, so that he can go straight to the headquarters of the royal force, basically the headquarters that Cornelia is at, in order to attack. That was his plan, actually. So, so in this event, um, firstly, he heard about Shirley's father's death. He felt guilty about it. Cece also talked to him about it, and he strengthened his resolve to walk down the path of blood. So, to ensure that the blood already spilled wasn't in vain, we have to spill even more blood. So this was what he said during his talk with Karen. So after he dived and attached the bomb to the ship, Karen came to him and asked if it's if because she's also killing a lot of people. It's a war. She has to fight and kill the enemy. And she came to him to ask whether she's doing the right thing. And that's when he said that there will be more bloodshed, and if she wanted to back down, and then she should do it now. Like, we're going to kill more, so if you want to stop, then you should do it now. But yeah, and basically it showed that he he gave people a chance to withdraw if they want. And that is something that is also good about Lelouch. So it's kind of like a balance, right? Lelouch is like kind of like a mix between good and evil. And that is what it it's very intriguing and very interesting to analyze. Um, oh yeah, that's right. He used he used the bomb as means to weaken Cornelia's army in order to capture Cornelia. Yeah, he planned to even capture her, probably to threaten Britannia. And the Black Knights didn't know about the bomb, so he basically solely attached the bomb to the ship by himself. The Black Knights didn't know anything about it. So basically, this guy, the problem about Lelouch is that he tended to act on his own. So he's like a fairy godmother, right? So the Black Knights were just people who follow his order. So he would be the one setting up everything, and the Black Knights would just come and and use guns and attack and stuff already. And the setting up is already Lelouch's part of work. So the problem here is that because because he's too intelligent, he will set up everything, and with the geese power too, it kind of smoothed everything out during the process. You don't have to ask the enemy to to set up the trap, set up the strategy, but you just got it easily like that. And because of that, the Black Knight heavily relied on Lelouch leadership. So that is the one of the biggest weakness that Lelouch had, it's like he he's a very great leader. But because his role was too important, because he was told he was called the man who made the miracle by many people. Of course, mostly the Black Knight said that. And the bad part about that is that without the magician, the magic wouldn't happen. So that is one irony right there. Oh, and of course, results take priority over everything. So he would do anything to achieve the results, right? Even using people and killing people like that. So of course, the leader of the JLF would be on the death list, and many people on the ship also got killed. So the Black Knight, their mission, what is the Black Knight's mission? It is to protect the weak, right? So in this picture, the JLF is the weak. They got attacked by Cornelia, but Lelouch used them as a decoy. So so basically, it will go against the the ideology of protecting the weak of the Black Knight, right? Maybe Lelouch, he was the one who came up with the plan, but even if that's the case, the Black Knights also didn't know about that action, and that is a matter of trust as well. It's very important, and again, the justice was carried out by killing, right? By killing Clovis, by killing Kusakabe, by killing the leader of JLF. So many blood will be shed. And that is a dilemma right there. So if we don't kill them, will we get what we want? For Britannia as a system where the strong will oppress the weak, I believe that it would be very hard. If you're weaker, they won't listen to you. So what will you do, right? So this is the question that if you are weak and you want power so that you can talk to the stronger people, then what will happen, right? You get the Geass power. But how to use the Geass power is also very important. And of course, Lelouch chose to use Geass to destroy the enemy. And he chose the path of blood. And because of this, Suzaku was the complete opposite. But because of that, it also showed more complication in the future. Okay, so all right. Uh Now we get to meet with a new character that is Mao the reader. The mind reader, sorry. Okay. So there was one incident happening is that at the end of the fight, uh at the end of the bombing, the exploded ship, Suzaku actually managed to hit Lelouch and he was unconscious. And Shirley was at the scene. Shirley followed Shirley I think Villetta and Jeremiah was doing background research about the Geese power, and they suspected Lelouch was the one who was zero. And Villetta, she convinced Shirley that Lelouch was actually the person who caused her father's death, and that she should go to the scene where the fight took place to confirm if Zero was actually Lelouch. And she actually came. And she discovered that Lelouch was actually Zero. So during that time, Lelouch was he was unconscious, and Villetta, she also saw that she knew that Lelouch was Zero already, and she was about to go and tell people that, oh, this is Zero, and after the Jeremiah's after the rescue Suzuki incident, Jeremiah and Villetta, they got demoted to lower title because of Jeremiah's being under the Giz spell and releasing Suzuki. Villetta thought that by using this discovery of Zero's true identity, she can recover her status. But before she managed to do that, Shirley was also at the scene and she was holding the gun. And she actually stopped Villetta by shooting her in the belly, I think. But of course, it didn't kill Villetta. She fell into the river and got and she got rescued later by Ogi. So basically, that's another story. I will mention about that later, of course. But Shirley already knew, and Lelouch, because he saw that there was blood after he woke up. He saw blood, and he kind of guessed Shirley was the one who knew that he was Zero. And then he deliberately entered Shirley's room and then he searched her things to see if she was the one who stole his gun while he was unconscious. And she told him if Shirley knew the truth, then maybe Zero should get rid of her. But he was he was unsure if he should do that because she was his friend, right? Okay. Oh, right. Mao, he was actually an acquaintance of CC. He came he came to the he came to Area 11. He came to Japan just to look for CC. And and he finally got to see her. But because he kind of discovered about Shirley, he thought that Shirley was very interesting. That's the reason why he decided to use her guilty feeling. So Shirley felt very guilty because she shot somebody, and uh, and Mao, he used his mind reading power in order to manipulate her into hating Lelouch. So Mao's mind reading power was also a Geass power as well. And he also got the power from CC. Um, and he also took a very strong liking to CC as well. That's why he followed her all the way over to Japan. But he kind of probably he got bored or something, and he used he used Shirley to lure out Lelouch. And basically, during during this incident, so this is Shirley after she shot Violetta, and then this is when Lelouch met with Shirley and this guy is Mao. And Mao kind of he used Shirley's phone to call Lelouch, and he told Shirley that Lelouch was the one who killed her father, and because she wanted to protect Lelouch, she also shot someone else. And basically, because Lelouch was the cause of this tragedy, Shirley should kill him instead. But basically, Lelouch managed to convince Shirley to not kill him, and but and she ended up not killing him, of course. But the problem here is that she got she got scared and affected by the fact that she shot somebody, and she also could not carry the burden of after she knew that Lelouch was zero. And of course, Zero also caused her father to die. So Lelouch uses Geass power to erase Shirley's memory. So this is the problem. So as I've said before, if you have a friend and that person use Geass to order you to do something or erase your memories, could you really bring yourself to forgive them? Right. So look at Shirley's and Lelouch's situation. Lelouch used Geese to release Shirley from her tragedy, from her guilty feeling, from the pain of knowing the truth. And then after that, she forgot everything about him. So he deleted every memories of him from her mind. And basically after this incident, he changed his he in the beginning of the series he didn't really think much of her, like she's just a friend. But after she shot somebody to protect his secret, he actually thought that she's a very important person, and he felt that he felt very empty inside and also responsible for that too. Okay. So I only realize how important she is to me now because I've lost her. Right. So basically, uh after this event, basically their relationship got kind of like strained as well because after that Shirley acted like she didn't know Lelouch at all. which I think was a pretty sad thing. But then you can see that the geese power he used onto people, it got more serious, right? Now he even used his geese on his friend as well. So it kind of brings up a lot of moral dilemma, like whether it's all right to erase someone's memories. And also because basically Cece after she gave the power to Mao, basically Mao he had some kind of like a mental problem. He Mao was obsessed with Cece, and he kind of like he wanted to physically hurt Cece to show kind of like a dominance and also uh his obsession over her. But it's kind of like very crazy because he hurt the person. So after knowing that, Sisi left to see Mao to protect his secret because Mao he threatened Sisi that if she did not come to see him, then Mao would tell the other people that Lelouch was zero. That's the reason why Sisi had to go. But when Sisi met him, she was physically hurt by Mao, and Lelouch decided to help her. And this is also when, because Mao, he also got affected by his Geass power. Because his Geass weakness is that he cannot stop reading people's mind. So other people's thought, it flow into his mind automatically, and he cannot stop that. And it kind of like drove him crazy. So even though Cece knew that the Geass power is that dangerous, she still gave it to Mao, and Mao was only like very young at that time, like only a child. But I think that's because of the Geass power, it kind of drew him crazy, and he became a twisted person. And be- and Mao became like that was also Cece's fault. But probably because Cece wanted to avoid Mao because of his obsession for her, she left him. But that was and Lelouch thought that she was irresponsible for doing that. And he promised Cece that he will not lose to the Geese power influence, and he will he promised to fulfill her wishes as well as his wish to change the world as well. So one of the conditions for CC giving away Geese power is that the Geese user will have to fulfill one of her wish. I will tell you what that wish is later, but Mao he couldn't he because of his twisted personality he could not fulfill the wish, and Lelouch vowed that he will help her to fulfill the wish. Okay, so and also he in this incident he used geese on the police and ordered them to shoot Mao as well. Well, it's just shooting, not killing. But again, he used somebody else do the the work for him. So it is also a dilemma as well. For example, for Jeremiah, he was the one who wrongly framed Suzaku for killing Prince Clovis, and later he almost got killed by his colleagues for doing that. But he was actually under the Geass power. So basically, Lelouch can hide behind the Geass power and order people to do something, and then they got punished for it. And Lelouch can get away with that crime. That is something dark and unfair about the Geass power as well. But during Jeremiah's case, I think it's okay because Jeremiah was very twisted and wicked as well. But for example, what about Shirley's case? Do you think she would agree with Lelouch erasing her memories? Maybe to outsiders, maybe to some viewers, maybe it's a good thing to do to release her from the pain, but it is very debatable. And is it okay to use keys to order people to die? Right? So, the keys power became more of a moral dilemma. All right. I wonder what is the next incident. Okay, so the next one is rescuing Nunale from Mao. All right, so in this incident, let's see. Uh, so basically Mao, even though he got shot, he didn't die. Like I mentioned before. Uh, After this incident, Mao kidnapped Nunale. So basically, he read Lelouch's mind and he knew that his sister is very important to him. And because of that, Mao challenged Lelouch again by kidnapping his sister. But so basically, this event happened like Nunale was kidnapped and she was kept under the school's basement. And there was like a bomb. So in order to disarm the bomb, Suzaku had to be the one to do it, and Lelouch would go to Mao to buy time. Basically, this episode just showed ha the strong bond of friendship between Suzaku and Lelouch, because if they did not trust each other, they couldn't carry out this plan at all. So, however, when Suzaku, after after he finished disarming the bomb, he came to help Lelouch capture Mao. But when Suzaku touched Mao, Mao knew that Suzaku was the one who killed his own father, and many other stuffs that, for example, uh, I will talk a little bit about Suzaku dark past here. It's like uh in the past, when he was a child, actually it was during the time Lelouch stayed over. He was actually 10. So when Britannia decided to invade Japan, uh, Suzaku decided to convince his father to stop the fight. Like, um, his father is the Prime Minister of Japan, and he actually planned to fight fight against Britannia's invasion. But Suzaku, who was against war, he can try to convince his father not to have the war at all. But his father, of course, didn't agree, and he accidentally, I didn't know he was a child, and he kind of like he had a knife and he stabbed his father, and uh, and his father died because of that. So there were also other things about Suzaku was that um I think it would be let's see, Suzaku is a person who advocated for peace, and he thought that it would be better if people don't fight each other, right? So, but however, that's the problem. Uh, because Britannia, they are the one who invade Japan, and they even wage war on other countries to expand their territory, right? So Suzaku is someone who just wants peace, but he doesn't understand that the politics is more complicated than that. So, so mm, uh, if I share more about it, then there wouldn't be more information to share about Suzaku characters later. So I'll just stop there. But we can understand that Lelouch already knew about Suzaku's dark past and his ideology, and this will also be a card that Lelouch will play later on. Okay, so fortunately, in this incident, nobody got killed. Okay, so for this video, I think that I got a long time for sharing. So I think after sharing this one, I will end my sharing for this for part two today. So the next event is rescuing Colonel Todo. So let me check if I have any picture for this event. Mm, okay, I don't. Because I don't think that there is a need for the picture. So rescuing Colonel Todo. So Colonel Todo, who is he? Um, I don't have a picture, but I can at least tell everyone about the context. So Colonel Todo, uh, I think he's a member of the Japan Liberation Front, and he used to be someone who managed to defeat the Britannians' army before. So he was also considered to be a miracle as well. Uh, uh, but during one of the operation, I think Cornelia gave out the order to capture him because he's a very skillful fighter as well. And Lelouch's plan was to rescue Toto and convince him to join his army. That's for sure, right? Uh, so during this incident, he Lelouch kind of like predicted that he won't be able to protect his sister anymore because later on the fight will get more serious, and he wanted Suzaku to be the one to protect Ninale. But before he got to say that to Suzaku, he had to carry out his plan again. Let's see. So upon meeting with Colonel Todo, uh, Todo actually thought that he didn't want to live anymore because the leader of the JLF was killed already. Actually, he was killed by Zero, but of course Todo didn't know who killed his leader. But Zero came to convince Todo to join his army because he He said that the reason why Area 11's, which is the Japan's resistance movement, is more intense than any other area, is because Japan surrendered before exhausting all of its military might. So after Suzaku killed his father, Japan basically surrendered Britannia before they even get to fight back, right? That's the argument Lelouch used to convince Toto, and it actually kind of worked. So so basically he told Toto like you should fight until the end before giving up. Before giving up, before you even trying, you know? So that's what he said, and Toto agreed to help him. So, however, unfortunately, uh, during the rescue of Toto, Suzaku was also involved in that fight, and he was ordered to stop Zero from rescuing Toto, and Suza Suzaku's identity was revealed to Lelouch. So Lelouch finally knew who was the pilot of the white robot who also got in his plan, who also kind of like m make trouble for him all those time. That person was Suzaku. So Lelouch was very shocked. It's beyond shock, he uh, and of course his mindset changed after that. Yeah, and of course after that incident, their friendship became something that probably not as truthful as before anymore. Basically, it might become superficial a little bit. So you might have to imagine like you and someone are enemies, and after that you discovered that your friend is actually your enemy, then what would you think, right? So basically there are a lot of plot twists that I think is very interesting to analyze. So this is the end of my part two sharing. I would very be happy to come back with my part three. I hope to see you guys then. Have a nice day.